Okay, guys, so the Patrick Bet David podcast is now defending the bombing of the Al Jazeera journalist crew in the Gaza Strip. And some of their justifications they were using, I mean, it's almost out of a movie. I mean, it's completely insane. You would think they're working for the Israeli government. That is how blatant they're doing it. Some of the arguments, specifically by the guy Adam Sosnick, it was over the top, but it wasn't just him. It was the guy Tom, it was Patrick Bet David. Some of the justifications they were using, it's completely insane. And the way they frame the issue, it's always from Israel's perspective. It's never from the Palestinians' perspective. Like the way Adam's framing it, it's like you're killed or be killed, and some people don't understand that. That's how it works in the Middle East. What are you talking about, bro? I mean, it's genuinely insane, and they don't even care at all. They don't care at all. And if you look at the comment section of the video, guys, you'll notice people are not happy with the podcast at all. They think like, dude, why are you not calling this out? It's so obvious what's going on, but you won't say a word about it. Why is that? And the only person on the show, and we're going to show you clips of this, who actually is calling it out and says, what are you guys talking about? It's Vinny. And again, the guy Vinny, I don't agree with a lot, but he's 100% correct on this issue. And it's almost as if whenever he tries to speak, PBD tries to not smear him, but make it seem like, oh, you're extremely biased, like, which is so ironic because, bro, you're the one who's biased. You're the one who never seems to criticize the Israeli government whatsoever. Why is that? It's very strange. And the clips are just over the top ridiculous. I mean, the justifications they were using, just insane. So let's just get right into it. We're going to show you the first clip here. And before I go any further, guys, make sure to like and hit that subscribe button. It's super good for the algorithm. And we're getting a lot of growth recently. Also, if you want to become a member, you can hit the join button down below. My Patreon link is also down below. Thanks for watching. Here's the first clip, and we'll talk about it in a minute.
And I just bought a nice little journalist press kit for $19.99. What I've realized is I don't emotionally react to stories that come out, good, bad, or ugly. I wait for the facts to come out. Do I want to see actual journalists who are reporting actual real news die? Hell no. We report stories here. We know journalists. I do not want anybody dead, innocent journalists whatsoever. But what I've realized is that there's a lot of propaganda and there's a lot of people who are embedded in society here who are honoring the Hamas. This guy right here, after cover, honored to stand with our crowns. So whether it was this journalist or the journalist you're speaking about or any other journalist, this is who they are. I remember a story of a journalist was found in Gaza, and they were like, oh my God, we captured this guy. They went and found his house. 3 hostages were in his house. This was a journalist. So just because you're a journalist doesn't mean you're immune from accountability.
And they weren't being interviewed about the horrors of war.
Rob, can you ask Grok if that's actually him? I'm just curious.
Okay, whether it was him or whether it was his best friend, the reality is this.
Oh, so just kill him if that's his best friend?
Well, here's what I love about Israel at this point. They're not even denying it. They're like, no, we went after this guy. We believed that he was a terrorist, so we took him out. That's clarity to me. I don't want to see innocent people die at all. Unfortunately, it's kill or be killed in the Middle East, and some people just can't understand that. And the woke West and the woke right just don't understand these people are coming to kill you, and it's kill or be killed. I'm sorry. That is what it is. Go for it, Vinny.
Well, what's the thing that you said right before about they said that they did it because they were targeting him
or cosplaying as journalists?
What I'm asking is, did they say that they were targeting him after the fact? Like, oh yeah, we were going after for this guy.
You're
or
the
was it
expert on this
an
one.
accident? No, Adam, I actually read the news. I don't sit in the car and watch the news on the way here. I actually stay up till 1 o'clock in the morning and I actually do my research. And I did a bunch of research.
What'd you find?
And I just found
That
out that
Hamas are nice
they
freedom
bombed
fighters
the
and they're
good
beautiful
talking
humans?
point. Very good talking point.
What'd you find?
I love the fact that when you're just asking questions, I'm either a Hamas supporter or I'm going to be anti-Semitic.
No, but go ahead, make your point.
It's the neither. What I'm saying
I didn't
is
bring up that.
you
just
can't
did.
even. They banned reporters from even being in Gaza. They banned international reporters. How are you supposed to know? Why are you banning them? If you have nothing to hide, let us see what the hell's going on.
Because these reporters work for a company called Al Jazeera. Where's Al Jazeera based out of?
But Adam, you don't just bomb
Where's
a tent
Al
with people
Jazeera
next to a
based out of?
hospital and then just go, yeah, he worked for Hamas. And I'm not saying, listen, I don't know the facts, Adam. But what I'm saying is, if you're
That's
not
where the
letting,
clip should end right there.
who has killed the most reporters, Pat? Did we do that numbers?
Syria.
Okay, so I don't know about you guys, but I thought that clip was absolutely, totally unhinged, completely insane, and just devoid of reality. And you just see the bias, especially Adam, just so obviously biased. I mean, first of all, he starts it off by saying, he's basically saying, this guy's not a real journalist. You know, all these Palestinian journalists are all Hamas. That's obviously the implication he's making. He even starts off by saying, I could just get a journalist press kit and, I'm a journalist. But that's not really what's happening. Okay, that's number one. Number two, again, he also brings up, he asks Vinny for his opinion, and then the mask comes totally off. He says, "Oh, you're basically just saying Hamas talking points by saying killing journalists is bad," which of course is not what he was saying whatsoever. But Adam, again, he has to be dishonestly smear him in order to get his narrative across. So it's totally ridiculous. And he's like, "This is who they are." Talking about these journalists, like, again, kind of like, what are you talking about? What do you mean this is who they are? And then he even, he even goes like, you know what? Even if this guy wasn't a journalist, or if he was his best friend, then you can kill him. And Vinny's like, what are you talking about? Again, you see how the goalposts change throughout the conversation because the evidence is not on his side, obviously. And then he just goes, again, it's just so wild to me. What I love about Israel is that they're just saying it. Yeah, I love that Israel is just openly admitting that we're targeting journalists. Like, what are you talking about, bro? That is wild to say, like, publicly. And then he starts talking about, it's like the law of the jungle. Oh, in the Middle East, it's kill or be killed, some people, and if you're the woke West, people don't get that. So yeah. So apparently being against bombing journalists and an Al Jazeera team is woke. What? I don't understand how people watch this and they're like, oh yeah, he's spot on, man. He's really spot on. What are you talking about? It is genuinely wild to me. And I do think, again, some would disagree. I think he literally believes this. Like, I don't know, but I could totally be wrong. But like, how do you think that, man? The woke West, give me a break. And again, of course, he accuses him of being in Hamas. And the entire conversation is like, they're clearly, the rest of the crew besides Vinny, they're trying to basically imply, oh yeah, this guy was a member of Hamas. And they don't provide any evidence of it, really. And yeah, that's it. And it's a joke. And yeah, Vinny brings up a good point. Well, maybe, just maybe, the reason why Israel isn't letting reporters into the Gaza Strip is because they don't want things documented by the reporters. I think it's pretty clear that's what's going on here. But they won't even argue with that. They won't even engage with that point. They won't even engage with it because, again, obviously, it proves their entire argument wrong. Totally ridiculous. And there's another clip I'm going to show you because it's almost even worse. The guy Tom in particular, this argument is crazy. Here's a second clip and we'll talk about it in a minute. Just totally wild stuff, guys.
What do you mean?
That's what I'm asking. Why is there so much fuzz? Like somebody shook up a root beer and opened it.
It only killed 5 reporters. It only killed 5 reporters reporting on what's happening on the ground.
It kind of bothers me that there's so much buzz on this reporter.
No, Tom, it shouldn't be. I don't think it's just about this reporter. I think it's just for the past 2 weeks, all I've been hearing and seeing is...
Are you saying like this is a George Floyd thing they're capitalizing off of?
Yeah, or something. And why is there so much buzz on this guy to say, it was so many sources, unless the IDF is just doing the most amazing marketing between Saturday and Sunday, pushing out all these fake receipts and everybody else is pushing them, Pat? That seems weird to me. Why is it so important to say that this reporter
Vinny, I think,
was there?
Do you trust Muslims more than Israel? Do you trust the report coming out of Gaza, Palestine, more than reports coming from Israel? I don't think you believe anything Israel says.
I'm not saying I don't believe that. I don't believe anything unless I'm shown the evidence. Okay. And what I've been seeing,
I don't know about that. I think there's also, like, I've never heard you make a pro-Israel argument, ever. I've never heard you make a pro-Israel argument. So to me, the reason why I'm going with this is the following. I don't know. So for me, if you came in, notice what I said when we were prepping. I said, is it true that Israel the last 2 years has killed the most journalists? I'm the one that asked that question this morning, pre-getting started. So it's not like I'm coming in on fire, like,
for sure,
because this is what I saw. Let's look at it. And I had Rob pull it up. Then Syria came up, but Syria was since 2011. But the last 2 years was Israel. U.S. was on the list as 3rd place. Top 3 countries were Syria, Israel, and us, right? Okay, great. But I think the part that you lose is when it's no matter what, it's all one side. We're at dinner. This guy's defending Nick Fuentes. I'm like, what is Adam defending Nick Fuentes on? I got more respect for Nick Fuentes than anybody else that's saying stuff that they're saying about Israel, right? You have to be very careful.
More respect for Nick versus Tucker is, I think, what I said.
Right. No, specific that community.
Yes,
it was what? Fuentes, Candace, and Tucker. Mm-hmm. And Nick has been saying what he's been saying a lot longer than they have been saying it, right? Yeah. So, okay. And what was his premise on the respect? Well, he says what he believes in. That's Adam's point, right? He hasn't shifted. Yeah. I think the biggest thing here is, it's almost become like if a white man is killed by a black man, CNN won't report on it. But if, God forbid, Jussie Smollett, anything George Floyd, oh my God, bombs goes on, right? You have to find a way to, because if I look what's going on right now in Europe, how bad do you think Europe's about to get?
Okay, so again, just more completely insane, and I would argue pro-Israeli government propaganda there. I mean, again, so first of all, the guy starts saying, why is this guy getting all the press? Why is this a big deal? Like, why is everybody talking about this? Okay, I'll tell you right now, Tom. Well, first of all, people have been talking about all these journalists who have been killed in the hundreds at this point. That's number one. Number two, the reason why this guy is a big deal is because it becomes a major international story because, first of all, it was not just him. It was him and his entire Al Jazeera team. And he was extremely viral. He had 1.5 million subscribers or followers on Instagram. The guy was he was arguably one of the biggest journalists in the Gaza Strip. I mean, he definitely was huge. He arguably was number one. So that's the first thing. Number two, again, Patrick Bet-David then goes on this entire tangent saying, "Oh, you think this is like George Floyd? What? What are you talking about?" Like, again, people watch this and think like, "Oh, this is great news." What are you talking? George Floyd? Again, like that is just the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. Like, what are you talking about, dude? And they start asking Vinny, do you trust Muslims or Israel more? What kind of a stupid ass question is that? Do you trust? Like, what does that mean, dude? We know what happened. There's videos. Okay, we know that Israel targeted a journalist. They're saying he's in Hamas. What does that have to do with Muslims? Or like, what are we doing? What are we doing? It makes absolutely no sense. And again, the implication is it's fake. Israel's telling the truth. That's obviously the implication that Patrick Bet-David is trying to make there. And then he says to Vinny, "Oh, you always take one side. You always take the one side." Well, the story here is that Israel bombed a crew of Al Jazeera, and then he's telling Vinny to take another side. Of what side is that? The killing the journalists? Like that's like what are we doing here? Again, then he starts talking about Muslim immigration in the UK. What? What are you talking about? It's just so frustrating. It really is, guys. I don't know because this is where a lot of people get their news from. And I think, to be fair, a lot of the comment people were like, okay, this is insane. Like, you just don't know what you're talking about. Or they're just pushing a certain narrative to fit their agenda. I don't know what it is, but it was a disgrace. And good for Vinny being the only person trying to speak up. And you notice when he was, they were trying to shut it down because they didn't want him to say what he wanted to say. And it's disgraceful, in my opinion. It's disgraceful. So I don't know, guys. Absolutely ridiculous, in my opinion. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section of this video. Again, make sure to like and subscribe. Hit that subscribe button, please. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. Please hit that subscribe button. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to become a member, hit the join button below. Super chat, you can do that as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a good night, and I'll see you later.